Tonight on Local News 8 at 10, Rockwell Homes wants to build a new subdivision in Idaho Falls, but the location doesn't sit well with those who would live next to it.
A happy cow makes more milk.
An inside look at a high-tech dairy in Franklin County that is using robots for milking.
And a young boy and his mother say they will be moving after a dog attack left the boy with severe injuries to his head.
You're watching Local News 8 at 10. Local people, local news.
Tonight, some folks in Idaho Falls are not happy with the possibility of a new subdivision coming to town, and they took their concerns to tonight's planning and zoning meeting.
The proposed development has 53 lots, and it's going to be called the Manchester Estates, and it would be built along Stone Brook Lane and Castle Rock Lane. That is near Taylorview Middle School. Now, complaints about it include how the new homes will add to the overcrowding problems already at Sunnyside Elementary and Taylorview Middle School, and how the development will increase traffic in the area. There's also concern over how the developer even got the property. It was originally owned by the Idaho Falls School District, but Rockwell Homes did a land swap with the district to acquire some land, with the school district getting another piece of property already owned by Rockwell. We are still waiting to find out what planning and zoning is going to decide tonight, and we will post the decision when we know it on localnews8.com. All right, let's check in now with our chief meteorologist, Michael Coates. Now, you're not going to want to listen to what he has to say about tomorrow, but hang in for the weekend.
Yeah, Carol, foreshadowing my weather forecast
Yes.
here. Bringing in those showers today. We had thunderstorms roaming across eastern Idaho and western Wyoming. This is what it looked like from the Farm Bureau Skycam with our camera on top of the water tower. Just a really cool shot here of the day as the storm clouds pass on through with those heavy showers. We still have a few pockets of rain and snow coming down here from the north, getting into the far eastern reaches of Idaho, just on the outskirts of Alpine and Jackson, and also a few spots sprinkles still in Twin Falls, and a couple storm clouds still with us in central Idaho. For tonight, we're also starting to see the winds pick up, and this is going to be the forecast as we head through your Wednesday, increasing those wind speeds into the teens and gusts up to 20 to 35 miles per hour. These are the sustained wind speeds at lunch tomorrow, just to give you an idea of the winds picking up late tomorrow morning and through the early afternoon hours. Lows tonight back into the upper 30s in Idaho Falls, 40 in Pocatello, and 33 in Jackson. Now, you got to join me here in just a little bit. We're talking more about the thunderstorm threat for Wednesday and Thursday, but the temperatures really take off as we head into the weekend. More in your 8-day forecast. Back over to Jay and Carol.
Thank you, Michael. In your crime alert tonight, a man found sleeping inside a business is now facing drug and theft charges. The Bonneville County Sheriff's Office says yesterday deputies were sent to a business in the 3400 block of 15th Street. They found Jonathan Buchanan in a room trying to hide drug paraphernalia. A search of Buchanan found he had meth and heroin on him, along with a lot of cash. Further investigation found the money had been stolen from the business.
And 2 people from Idaho Falls are being charged with drug trafficking and some other charges. They were arrested outside of Target. The sheriff's office says the deputies were called to a parking lot for a vehicle possibly involved in retail theft. Well, they found 2 women inside the car who pointed out a man who was trying to walk away from the area. Deputies were able to stop him. This man was identified as Haven Torres, and the driver of the car was in possession of possible stolen items, taken into custody. A canine was brought in and alerted that there were drugs in the car. So a search found meth and drug paraphernalia and more possible stolen items. Camille Gamino was then arrested, and the sheriff's office says the investigation is still ongoing into the involvement of the other woman who was found inside that car.
Tonight, a young Idaho Falls boy is recovering after being attacked by a husky while playing in his backyard. Local News 8's Juliana Colina spoke to the family, which says they're now living in fear. And just a warning, some might find the images in this story a bit disturbing.
When I think of a dog bite, I think, okay, a dog bite, little scratch, but this was an attack. He attacked my son, he wanted to kill him.
Tina Calaruta's 6-year-old son was playing in their backyard when she heard him violently screaming for help.
He said, the dog bit me, and I was looking at the dog right there at the bottom of the stairs. He was still trying to come in and get my son.
Usually it was going around like this, and I was trying to head to the back door, but it wouldn't let me go.
The dog, an adult male husky, was an emotional support animal for their neighbor and was kept in the shared backyard of their duplex. Because of the dog's ESA role, Tina didn't think something like this would ever happen.
Support dogs don't attack people. I didn't think it was that bad, but I quickly took a towel and took him to the kitchen, and then I felt like a lot of blood going down my hand. And then I noticed the big gash on his head.
Being a nurse, Tina knew what immediate actions she needed to take and called 911.
You never think it's going to happen to your kid.
Ivan was rushed to the ER where he received 11 staples in his head. This experience has left Ivan and his mother traumatized. Why don't you feel safe anymore?
Because of the dog and stuff that happened that I went through.
We're just traumatized.
The husky was taken by animal control, and his future is uncertain.
So in this particular case, the animal is at the shelter in quarantine right now, and that process is still ongoing, and so we don't have a determination at this time about what's going to happen with him.
Reporting in Idaho Falls, Juliana Colina.
This traumatic experience has left Tina and Ivan feeling so unsafe that they will be moving next week.
Tonight, a couple of traffic alerts to let you know about. The first one in Idaho Falls. Beginning this Friday, crews are going to close Holmes from 49th South to 65th South to completely rebuild that road. Homes and businesses in the area should have some access during the construction. If everything goes as planned, the work should be finished by June 28th. And today, earthwork for the Rose Road interchange on I-15 got underway. Now, while this is happening, traffic on Rose Road itself is going to be shifted onto a gravel lane, one lane in each direction. Access to Rose Road is going to be open, but the flaggers are going to be directing traffic. So crews hope to be finished with this part of the project by Friday.
This summer, the Idaho Falls Community Food Bank will launch a campaign to raise the money to buy their current warehouse as a permanent storage facility. The Hunger Games fundraiser will start in August and end in the winter of 2020 and will invite people to take part in multiple challenges. To learn more about this fundraiser, head over to localnews8.com.
2 local counties have been given community development block grants. Bear Lake County got $150,000 to help upgrade the senior center, community center in Montpelier, and Custer County got $500,000 to support the North Custer County Rural Fire District fire station.
The latest numbers show Idaho's tax revenue came in higher than expected last month, but the state is still falling short of the forecast for the fiscal year. The state says April's general fund came in about $36 million higher than expected, and if collections meet the forecast for June, the state will end the fiscal year with about 1% less revenue than last year.
It is that time of year again. The rappelling firefighters with the U.S. Forest Service will head to Salmon for their spring training. This is some video we shot last year when we did a story on the training. The firefighters come from all over our nation for the training to do this that is offered only in Salmon. And they do it all in one location to make sure it is uniform. These firefighters are often some of the first to get to the fire line when the fires start in very remote areas.
A local dairy I want to tell you about this. This is a fascinating story,
love
Carol.
this story.
They've gone high-tech. Coming up in a special report, I'll take you inside the robot barn that lets the cows decide when it's time to be milked. You know, there have been a number of sci-fi movies, Carol, where robots take over the world. Of course, that hasn't happened. Not yet anyway, yeah. But robots are taking over parts of the dairy industry, and the results are dramatic. I learned about one such dairy in Idaho, and I went to check it out. Nestled in the hills of Franklin, Idaho is the Hobbs Dairy Circle 7 Ranch. So how many cows do you have in this barn?
In this barn we have 360. There's 180 on each side.
Troy Hobbs is a third-generation dairy farmer. His grandfather started this dairy in 1927 with 8 cows and passed the operation on to his son, who passed it on to Troy. Hobbs has seen a lot of technological advancements in the industry since he was a kid on this farm. Last year he invested in the most advanced technology yet. Robots. It was amazing to watch the cows all on their own walk over to the robot whenever they wanted to be milked. Each cow has a red tag the robot reads to identify the cow. Hobbs explains how the robots work.
Yeah, she'll want to go in a robot for 2 reasons. Number 1, to eat the grain. We feed her according to how much milk, and also because of the pressure of her udder, she'll want to release that. It's painful when it gets really tight. It's going to have a brush that comes in and it'll clean her udder. It has a disinfectant that'll clean it really good. Then it'll go back out, it'll wash it off, and then it'll come back and dry it and dry the udder off. You should see a red laser and it'll actually find the teats, and then that's how it locates them. All the milk goes into here and it's on a scale, and so it'll weigh the milk each time the cow milks. So this screen is just a quick glance. The top line here is this cow's milking almost 28 pounds of milk as a total. So now it opens the gate, it's going to push her out. and then the next cow's right ready. She's, you know, waiting to get in there. In a robot barn, the whole time, the time the cow walks in and the time she walks out is 6 minutes. In our conventional barn, it takes us 15 minutes.
There are other robotic elements to the dairy. This robot, called the Juno, kind of looks a little like R2-D2.
As the cows eat, they like to burrow, see the holes in the feed, and they kind of push it out, you know, with their nose. It kind of comes out like this.
Then they can't get to it, huh?
Yeah, and then they can't reach it because of the way the mangers are. And so now you'll see this feed I kicked out, you'll see it'll push it closer. And so every time it runs, it goes 1 inch closer.
It does this once an hour. They only have to put the feed down once a day. Then there's this brush that the cows can activate just by pushing on it. They love getting their heads and backs scratched. Hobbs wants to make sure the cows are comfortable while laying down too.
We call it a poly pillow on there that kind of positions her where to lay.
The biggest advantage of a robotic barn is that these cows are a lot happier.
A happy cow makes more milk. The vet was just here on Tuesday and he said, Troy, I was really skeptical when you put the robots in. And now he looked at them on Tuesday and he said the robot cows are more content, they're healthier, they're just a lot better. He can see the difference of a robot cow opposed to the conventional barn.
So all this is designed to ease the stress on the cows.
The environment in a robot barn is much more relaxed, stress-free. We don't yell at the cows anymore. We used to say, come on, get out, come on, get up. And now we don't say anything. If she's thirsty, they'll get a drink. If she wants to eat, she'll come and eat. If she's ready to milk, she'll go ahead and walk to the robot. So she makes her own decisions instead of us as humans telling her what to do.
And the results of that stress-free life for the cows in a robot barn compared to a conventional barn?
We're finding that we're gaining about 20% more milk. Our best cow right now in the herd is milking 160 pounds of milk a day, and she's going in the robot 5 times a day.
The robot barn saves on manpower costs too.
We have one guy running 360 cows, and in my conventional barn right now, we're currently milking 200 cows. And we have, it's a 3-man operation.
Robots are an exciting innovation, but the cost comes at a time when dairy farmers aren't even breaking even. Add that to trade imbalances and competition for milk substitutes, it's a stressful time. But the benefits of being a dairy farmer make it worth it for Troy Hobbs.
The benefits or the things that make me happy is I can see the results of my own work. I get the joys of my own work, and then I love chocolate milk, I love cheeseburgers, I love beef and dairy products, so it's fun to be able to produce my own dairy products.
So the family tradition lives on with the help of robots at the Hobbs Dairy Circle 7 Ranch.
Okay, so this is my first reaction as your story is running.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Isn't that
it's
amazing?
Fantastic.
How
so
that all works? Yeah.
When he first put that in, how did they get the cows to go into the robot?
Oh, what he said. Now that's the tricky part because the cows are a creature of habit. They were used to going to the old barn certain times of the day to get milked. Troy said for about a week they had to have about 35 workers push these 360 cows, like one at a time, over to the robot at various times during the day.
So they get the
but he said the cows are smarter than you may think, and they figured it out finally after about a week or so.
And imagine doing dairy cows without swearing. I can't even fathom that.
I've never heard him swear one time that whole time.
You said we don't yell at the cows anymore.
I imagine some people say more than just "come on, get up," but
I imagine some do.
But that's what.
Oh man, that is a great story. Wow, look where we're going. Look where we are headed in this world.
Something, yeah.
Well, still to come on Local News 8 at 10. There's going to be a first Thursday night when the College of Eastern Idaho holds its commencement. That is a first for this area, and one student is getting a degree, and she's still in high school. But first, Mike Coates in with our full forecast, so don't go away.
Now, your first alert weather.
So things are looking pretty quiet tonight. We had those scattered showers and thunderstorms that came through earlier today, and also it dumped quite a bit of rain, especially in the mid to upper valley, but things looking pretty quiet right now. However, more wind is joining us in the forecast picture here for tomorrow as we get some gusty conditions roaming across Idaho and Wyoming. A few spotty showers still with us in far eastern Idaho here on the Viper radar loop, and also just outside of Burley and Twin Falls, and a few spotty sprinkles right now through Lemhi and Custer County. Here's the scenario. Got an area of low pressure, storminess to our south. You got all of that trouble spinning around that area of low pressure tonight, and that's also creating severe weather tonight in Oklahoma City. They're under tornado watches tonight. We expect to see most of that wet weather shift further to the east as we get into the next couple of days. However, there's a push of a weak disturbance coming down from the northwest. So you got little brother meeting up with big brother here, giving us windy conditions here over the next couple of days and a few spotty thunderstorms to boot. So here's the Vipercast. Tonight through tomorrow, things are looking pretty sunny to get your day started for Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon, showers will start developing once again, especially into the southeastern highlands here around Bear Lake, southwestern Wyoming. Couple spotty showers in around the Magic Valley and also through central Idaho, with a few isolated storms possible throughout the Snake River Plain. So we're going to scale back on the shower threat significantly here for your Wednesday and Thursday, but we're going to add in the wind threat. We're going to bring those winds into the teens and 20s. We'll have a few passing showers and thunderstorms coming in here for late Thursday, and then drying things out for Friday morning. So in that forecast breakdown, I'm looking at scattered showers for tonight and tomorrow, but a lot of that wet weather is going to be heading into the high country. Winds 15 to 35 and a sunny, warm Mother's Day weekend with temperatures going well above average. Now it's still going to be cool outside tomorrow with the occasional thunderstorm, especially for southeastern Idaho around Bear Lake with a high of 55 for Montpelier and 65 for Malad. Lava's at 59 for the high and 54 in Soda Springs. Upper 50s for Rexburg and DuBois with 54 for Driggs and 52 in Jackson. Over to central Idaho for the valleys. Mid 60s for Chalice and Salmon after lows close to 40 tonight, and we'll be in the lower 60s tomorrow in Arco with a high of 62 in Idaho Falls and mid 60s for Pocatello for the afternoon high. Temperatures take a slight dip into your Thursday before they rebound heading into this nice sunny hot weekend with highs around 75 for Mother's Day and 80 degrees on Monday, getting us in for the approaching work week. So here's your Idaho Falls 8-day outlook. Highs in the upper 50s on Thursday, mid 60s on Friday, and the low to mid 70s this weekend with loads of sunshine. And the most important news here, I don't see a lot of wind for the weekend as well. So it's going to be a great Mother's Day to be outside, do some barbecuing. Pocatello high of 60 on Thursday, 72 on Saturday, and 78 on Sunday. We do have that little dip in the temperatures on Thursday, but again, the temperatures quickly rebound as we head into next week. Blackfoot a high 59 for Thursday, 66 on Friday, and the low 70s on Saturday with temperatures very close to 80 degrees on Sunday and Monday with loads of sunshine. As we go into Rexburg, look for numbers here into the mid 30s tonight, 58 for Wednesday, mid 50s on Thursday, and then the upper 60s, low 70s as we head into Saturday. Plenty of sunshine coming through for the weekend, a few thunderstorms for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Now over to central Idaho for Salmon, Chalice for the valleys. Look at the highs here, 71 on Friday, 80 and 81 for Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, Carol's celebrating there.
You don't have to give me anything more for Mother's Day.
Oh, okay, I got your
than
present.
just this forecast.
Okay, I'll take that. Yes, I haven't been able to do that in a very long time, so I will take that. Jackson high of 47 for the high on Thursday. Yeah, cool and gusty outside, but things are really starting to perk back up for the weekend, and that includes also Yellowstone, Island Park. Yeah, good weekend also to get to the national parks.
Yeah, and you know that rain today, it just made things all that much more green, didn't it?
Yeah, green things just right up there, and we'll see warming conditions, the warm temperatures, the rain helps things really start to green up out there. Our backyard just exploded. The cherry tree out there.
Yeah. The dandelions in the pasture. Yeah,
You got a good crop coming in
we
this
do.
year?
We sprayed the yard, then you go to the fence, and then boosh, yellow. Yeah.
All right, thank you,
Thanks.
Michael.
Hey, in education news, Thursday, the College of Eastern Idaho holds its commencement ceremonies, and it will award 485 degrees. Brent Stacy is going to be the commencement speaker. He recently retired as the Associate Director of National and Homeland Security at the INL, currently leads a nonprofit organization advancing Idaho's science, research, education, healthcare, and state government through high-speed, cost-effective bandwidth. Commencement exercises are set for 7 Thursday night, Idaho Falls Civic Center for the Performing Arts. Now, among the graduates is Lindsay Gardell, who will graduate from both Skyline High School and the College of Eastern Idaho in the next 2 weeks. She is the first dual credit student to earn an Associate of Science transfer degree in general education from CEI while still in high school. She says she had to miss out on a few high school experiences, but it was worth it.
I didn't go to prom this year, but it was worth it to me because I get to walk this week for college, and I may have not been around the people who I would have gone with, but I met so many other great people.
And her next educational step is going to be BYU, Idaho, and she will be studying accounting. All right, more district championships won in high school baseball this afternoon. We'll find out who's going to state next on Sportsline.
You're watching Sportsline on Local News 8. Local people, local news.
We are a little over a week away from the state baseball and softball tournaments. More seats at the table got claimed today for the first time since 2015. The Highland Rams are district champs. They defeated Madison 6-3 this afternoon at Hallowell Park to claim the crown. Highland jumped out to a 6-0 lead and then held on to get the win. Both the Rams and the Bobcats are heading to the 5A state tournament a week from Thursday at Boise Hawks Memorial Stadium. The 5A District 5-6 softball tournament began this afternoon. Highland and Rigby both picked up big wins in the first round. Highland beating Thunder Ridge 11-1 and Rigby beating Madison 22-8. In round two, Thunder Ridge eliminated Madison 8-4. Highland advanced to the district championship game with an 11-6 win over Rigby. Rams also secured a spot in the state tournament. Thunder Ridge will play Rigby in an elimination game Thursday. The winner will then immediately face the Rams for the district title. 2A District 5 baseball now. Malad beat Bear Lake 11-1 to win the district title. The Dragons put up 6 runs in the 5th inning to close it out. Malad is off to the state tournament. Bear Lake still has a chance. The Bears will face Firth in a state playing game Saturday at Preston High School. The Big Sky Conference released the league football schedule through 2023. All 13 teams will play an 8-game conference schedule with 4 on the road and 4 at home. The Bengals will have 2 designated rivals that they will play every year, those being Weber State and Portland State. They will see every other Big Sky school at least twice over those 4 seasons. Here's a quick look at who will be coming to Holt Arena during this time. A couple of highlights include the Idaho Vandals visiting Pocatello in both 2020 and 2023. For the Bengals' full conference schedule, check out our website, localnews8.com. Time to name our Sermon Service and Electric Athlete of the Week. This softball player helped win her team a berth in the state tournament, doing something that had not been done all season long in the process. The Pocatello Indians are heading to the 4A state tournament after upsetting Twin Falls on Monday. Prior to that, the Bruins were undefeated in conference play. The Indians also routed Burley in the first round of the tournament. Evans has been a big part of this run to state. She has pitched 2 complete game victories in the district tournament, giving up just 1 earned run and striking out 15 along the way. She's also been quite the weapon at the plate, going 3 for 6 with 5 RBIs. Pocatello has a chance to win the district championship Friday at Jerome. So to honor Hannah and her accomplishments, our friends at Crown Trophy will make a plaque similar to this one right here. And when it's all ready to go, we'll send it on over to Pocatello High School.
Good job, girlfriend. Yeah, that was great.
So yeah, a lot more district action come up. There were several that were a couple of district championship games that were rain delayed. Idaho Falls Bonneville game was pushed till tomorrow, and Sugar and South Fremont in 3A District 6 baseball also pushed till tomorrow. So
have to wait a little longer to know who's moving on.
It's a little bit longer for those ones, so we'll find out tomorrow.
Okay.
Thanks, Don.
Thank you.
We'll be back with the final word after this. So, Michael, we're out of the freezing danger zone for a while here.
Yeah, things are starting to transition to more what we'd see a typical springtime pattern here. It's still getting pretty cold at night with lows getting back into the 40s, but we will definitely look for temperatures into the 50s and 60s tomorrow. Still cool and gusty with the winds here. We're going to be just dealing with a few isolated thunderstorms. I don't expect to see the really heavy, long, drenching rain showers like we saw today. We're going to thin out the rain a little bit for Wednesday and Thursday, pick up the wind though as we transition into high pressure for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Temperatures warming into the low 70s on Saturday, mid 70s on Sunday.
So for your baseball and softball games, you're going to be in good shape as far as the rain is concerned.
As long as we're dry, we can deal with a little bit of wind.
You can deal with wind in Idaho. You better.
Yeah,
you better.
The kids won't know how to play if there's no wind.
I know, yeah, really.
And Sunday we can barbecue, so Mom doesn't have to do anything. The dads take care of it all.
Yeah, that's one of your best Mother's Day presents
Good
for
Sunday.
Carol. Okay. Well, that's it for this newscast. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.